Hi everyone, Keith here. Today I want to talk about something that can feel uncomfortable. But it's one of the most powerful things we can do for our mental health. And that's taking responsibility. Now let's be clear. Taking responsibility is not about blame. It's not about standing in front of the mirror and attacking yourself. It's not about guilt or shame or carrying the weight of every wrong decision forever. Taking responsibility is about ownership. It's about being able to say, yes, I made that choice, and yes, I got that wrong. And yes, I hurt someone or even hurt myself. But I can learn from this. And that takes courage to do. Because many of us avoid responsibility because it's easier and because it feels safer to blame something else. We can blame stress. We can blame our childhood. We can blame other people. We can blame the circumstances we find ourselves in. And yes, those things are important. Those things matter. They shape us. They influence us. They make us who we are. But those things, they don't define us. When we constantly avoid responsibility, we give away our power. We become stuck in a cycle of victimhood where life feels like it's always happening to us. And that can be exhausting. But when we take responsibility, something within us shifts. We move away from, why is this happening to me? To, what can I do about this? That is where healing begins. Because in mental health, accountability matters. So research from the Mental Health Foundation consistently highlights that our own self-awareness and our own emotional accountability can improve resilience, which helps our psychological well-being. And the studies suggest that people who practice self-reflection and personal accountability often experience lower anxiety, better emotional regulation, and therefore stronger, more healthy relationships. And why is this? Because the one thing responsibility builds is trust. Trust with others, but much more importantly, trust with yourself. When you can say, I got that wrong, but I can put that right, you then stop fearing the mistakes you make. And you start to understand that the mistakes we make are actually lessons. They teach us something. And let's be honest, we all make mistakes. We all do that. We're all guilty of saying the wrong thing. We all lose our temper. We all neglect ourselves. We stay too long in unhealthy situations or relationships. Sometimes we hurt people we really care about. And that's just part of being human. So the danger isn't about making mistakes. The danger comes from when we refuse to learn from those mistakes. Because unowned mistakes become repeated patterns. And repeated patterns become suffering. Repeated patterns become missed opportunities for you to develop and grow. So I guess the question is, how do we practice responsibility in a healthy way? First, we need to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what was my part in this? What was the input I had in this situation? Because not all of it is just your part. Second, be honest. Honesty can feel uncomfortable, but it's also freeing. Third, repair where you can. A genuine apology. A changed behaviour as a result of that apology. And a different conversation. Healing starts with 2 words. I'm sorry. And fourth, show yourself to be compassionate. Compassion and empathy goes a long way. Because responsibility without compassion becomes shame. And compassion without responsibility becomes avoidance. And to grow, you need both. Say to yourself, I made a mistake, but I am not my mistake. That matters. Mental health is not about perfection. Mental health is about growth. It's about your growth. It's about becoming a little bit wiser each day. And that involves us owning our own choices, owning our reactions, owning your healing. And remember this, you cannot change what happened yesterday. You can't go backwards in time. But what you can do is you can absolutely choose what happens next. That is responsibility. That is taking ownership. That is real strength. And that, my friends, is mental well-being. Take care of yourselves. And remember to take ownership of your story. Today is just one page in the chapter of many chapters of the rest of your life. Because the moment you do, you stop being trapped by your past. You start building your future. So thanks for listening. I hope this message has helped you. If you think this message will help someone else, please share. You know, I ask this at the end of every video, but I'd be so grateful if you could share this out I'm trying to build community and I'm trying to get this message out to as many people as I can. So thank you. Thanks. Bye.